Nestled on the edge of a forgotten town, shrouded by thick fog and looming oaks, lies Hollowbrook Cemetery. For over 2 centuries, it has been more than a resting place for the dead. It has been a crucible of whispered tales, unexplained phenomena, and terror-inducing sightings. The cemetery's origins are murky, its records incomplete. What remains are fragmented accounts of its peculiar beginnings and the lives, or rather the deaths, it has touched. It is a place where time seems to halt, where shadows stretch unnaturally, and where every sound is amplified by an eerie silence. Rumors have swirled for years of spectral figures, ghostly voices, and an ancient, malevolent force tethered to the land. Yet, the truth behind Hollowbrook's sinister reputation has eluded even the most intrepid investigators, until now. This is the story of how one journalist's relentless pursuit of the truth brought to light the chilling secrets of Hollowbrook Cemetery, revealing a tale of betrayal, curses, and the thin veil that separates the living from the dead. Hollowbrook Cemetery was established in 1805 by the enigmatic Reverend Cromwell, a man whose fervent sermons and radical beliefs divided the town. Cromwell's arrival coincided with a string of unusual occurrences: livestock disappearing, crops withering overnight, and inexplicable fires that consumed homes without leaving a trace of ash. The townspeople, desperate for answers, turned to Cromwell, who preached that the land itself was cursed, a punishment for the sins of their forefathers. Under Cromwell's guidance, the cemetery was consecrated on a hill overlooking the town. He declared it a sacred ground where the souls of the damned could be purified. However, whispers of dark rituals and human sacrifice began to circulate. When Cromwell and a dozen of his most devoted followers vanished without a trace one fateful night, fear and suspicion reached a fever pitch. Though an investigation ensued, no bodies were ever found. The cemetery was left under the care of a reluctant groundskeeper, and the town sought to forget. Yet Hollowbrook would not be forgotten. Over the years, those who dared venture into its depths spoke of chilling encounters. Children claimed to hear voices calling their names. Teenagers on dares reported seeing pale figures lurking among the headstones. Some described a heavy, oppressive presence, as if the very air sought to crush them. A few never returned. Mark Callahan was no stranger to the macabre. A seasoned investigative journalist, his career had been built on unearthing hidden truths, no matter how dark. When he received an anonymous tip about Hollowbrook, his curiosity was piqued. The tipster claimed to possess documents that could expose the cemetery's dark history, along with evidence of ongoing paranormal activity. Arriving in Hollowbrook on a dreary autumn afternoon, Callahan was greeted by a town that seemed stuck in time. The streets were quiet, the few residents he encountered wary and tight-lipped. "You're better off leaving," one elderly man muttered when Callahan mentioned the cemetery. "Some doors are meant to stay closed." But Callahan pressed on. He met his informant, a local historian named Lydia Grayson, who provided him with a collection of journals, maps, and old letters. Among them was Reverend Cromwell's personal diary. The entries painted a disturbing picture of a man consumed by his belief in a powerful entity he referred to as the Eternal Watcher. Cromwell believed this entity dwelled beneath the cemetery, feeding on the souls of the deceased and growing stronger with each passing year. With Lydia's help, Callahan began piecing together Hollowbrook's dark history. The cemetery's oldest graves revealed a pattern. A disproportionate number of its interred were young, many having died under mysterious circumstances. In one chilling case, an entire family perished within days of each other, their death certificates citing unknown causes. The deeper Callahan dug, the more he uncovered evidence of rituals meant to appease the Eternal Watcher. Cromwell's diary described these rituals in harrowing detail, suggesting that the sacrifices were intended to prevent the entity from unleashing its wrath upon the town. The journal's final entry, written the night Cromwell vanished, was particularly cryptic. "The Watcher stirs. Tonight we seal our fate." Driven by a mix of skepticism and intrigue, Callahan decided to spend a night in the cemetery. Armed with a camera, audio recorder and a journal he hoped to document whatever he encountered. Lydia, though reluctant, accompanied him. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the cemetery transformed. The temperature plummeted and an unnatural stillness settled over the grounds. Even the insects fell silent. Callahan and Lydia set up their equipment near Cromwell's unmarked grave, the supposed epicenter of paranormal activity. Hours passed with little more than the occasional rustle of leaves. But just after midnight, things began to change. The audio recorder picked up faint whispers, too soft to decipher. The temperature dropped sharply and the air grew heavy. Then, from the corner of his eye, Callahan saw movement, a shadowy figure gliding between the tombstones. The figure approached, its features becoming clearer. It was a woman, her face pale and gaunt, her eyes hollow sockets. She opened her mouth to speak, but no sound emerged. Instead, the whispers grew louder, surrounding them. Lydia gasped as more figures emerged, each more grotesque than the last, their forms distorted as if caught between worlds. Callahan's camera captured everything, but it was his own eyes that betrayed the cemetery's ultimate horror. The ground beneath Cromwell's grave began to tremble. A fissure opened, releasing a foul stench. From the darkness below, a pair of glowing eyes emerged, the Eternal Watcher. The entity was not a ghost, but a creature of ancient evil, its form shifting and writhing. It spoke, not in words, but in thoughts, invading their minds with visions of the past. They saw Cromwell and his followers performing their final ritual, sacrificing themselves to seal the entity's power. Yet the ritual had failed, and the Watcher had lingered, feeding on the fear and despair of those who dared enter its domain. The experience left Callahan and Lydia shaken but alive. They fled the cemetery, vowing never to return. Back in town, Callahan reviewed his footage and audio recordings. The evidence was irrefutable. He had captured not only the apparitions, but the very face of the Eternal Watcher. Callahan's exposé, published under the headline "The Haunting Secrets of Hollowbrook Cemetery Revealed," sent shockwaves through the town and beyond. While some dismissed it as fabrication, many were convinced. Paranormal investigators, thrill seekers, and historians descended upon Hollowbrook, each seeking their own glimpse of the truth. Yet the cemetery remained a place of dread. The town council eventually fenced it off, declaring it unsafe. But the damage was done. Hollowbrook's secrets were out, and its legend would live on. Mark Callahan's investigation shed light on one of the darkest corners of human history, a place where belief, fear, and the unknown converged. Hollowbrook Cemetery remains a testament to the mysteries that lie beyond our understanding, a reminder that some truths are best left undisturbed. The Eternal Watcher still waits, its hunger unending. The veil between worlds is thinner than we dare imagine. And sometimes, it is the dead who hold the most terrifying secrets of all. If you're visiting our channel for the first time, we warmly invite you to subscribe. Your subscription encourages us to deliver even better content and helps us grow as a community. We value your input, so please share your thoughts in the comments about the stories you'd like to see next. Join our community and share your thoughts. Don't forget to like and share as well. Your engagement is what drives us to create the best experiences for you.